Quartararo goes second, but on his 26th birthday, Alex Marquez still on pole.
Oh, no, can't. Almost stopped.
How do you stop that?
I know, rear off the ground going down the hill there, super hard to stop.
Amazing. An amazing day so far for Alex Marquez. On course for what would be a stunning maiden pole position in his MotoGP World Championship career. What a day to do it as well on his 26th birthday. Luca Marini runs in a little bit hot there. Alex Marquez then.
Matt, you've got to stay on here so you're in the fight for that last minute. You know, when basically the last flying lap, the track will be in the best condition to do the best lap time.
He's never had a front row start in the MotoGP World Championship, this young man, Alex Marquez. His last pole position was in his glory days. Big moment there, though, on the rear tyre through turn 15. He gathers it all back up. Sepang 2019, when he won the Moto2 World Championship, was his last pole position, and he's on course for it here in MotoGP. He stretches his lead out now to over half a second. Alex Marquez down to a 1:43.211. We've still got 4 minutes of this session remaining.
Jack, I think, lost the front right in the middle there.
Yeah, and that's going to be close. Marc Marquez trying to make it a dream family 1-2 here in Portimao. He's on course to go back into second place at the moment. He's in 5th right now. I think he'll be pretty happy with the place on that second row. Wants the front row, of course. As Johan Zarco snatches it out of nowhere. Great. A last sector from the Pramac Ducati man. He's been overshadowed so often in qualifying sessions by his teammate Jorge Martin, but Zarco moves into pole position with a 1:43.151. Alex Marquez dumped back to second. Miller still on the front row. You can't take your eyes off this one because now Fabio Quartararo moves into second with a 1:43.157.
I've been wondering if it was worth putting another soft new rear tyre in there, and whether it'll be worth some extra. You know, you could see some bikes moving around on the rear tyre, but it looks like everyone thinks it's more valuable just to keep doing laps, keep learning the track, where the patches are, keep pushing.
Crazy close, just 600ths of a second splitting Zarco, Quartararo and Alex Marquez on that front row. Johan Zarco, well, as we mentioned, it's been a stunning qualifying sequence for his teammate Jorge Martin over the last few races. Martin had been on the front row of the grid for Pramac Ducati in the last 5 Grand Prix. But here comes Johan Zarco at the moment, looking to carry on the Italian team's stunning qualifying record. Joan Mir also, this is brilliant by Mir. You know, if he can qualify on that front row, he's going to be a big, big danger for the victory here in Portimao tomorrow. Will it be a front row? Will it be pole position for the Suzuki man? It is at the moment, a 1:43.055. Suzuki on course for a famous pole position, but do not discount the flying Frenchman, Johan Zarco. Jack Miller also on a charge. We pick up Johan Zarco right now as he attacks deep into this 4th sector. Just one corner left, this scary downhill turn number 15 left for Zarco. He drops down through now, coming to the start-finish line, the 31-year-old Frenchman on course to take back top spot in this session. He does a 1:42.620, but don't take your eyes off Jack Miller, the former Pramac Ducati man. He does break Pramac Ducati hearts. Ducati salvaging something from what's been a pretty disappointing Saturday so far, with Enea Bastianini and Pecco Bagnaia not coming into the second qualifying session. Ducati out of nowhere have a 1-2. Miller on pole position, Zarco second, and Quartararo, as it stands right now, with 90 seconds of the thrilling Q2 session remaining, on the front row.
I'd be very surprised if this man can't pull something out. He knows that the last flying lap will be the most valuable. I'll be really surprised if Mark doesn't pull something out.
Yeah, well, nobody in MotoGP history, in Premier Class history, has taken more pole positions than the man we're riding on board with right now. Marc Marquez down the hill, hard braking, lots of lean angle into turn number 5. Gets good drive up the hill now to attack through turn 6. Careful of this wet patch, dropping down through into turn number 7. It's all A-OK so far for the 8 times world champion. He's up in that first sector. Fabio Quartararo launching another top attack here for pole position as well. Here comes Marquez then, over that blind crest. The Repsol Honda gets a big head shake as he attacks now through turn number 9. Starts rising up again now through 10. Dropping down through 10 and 11. Still on course then, Marc Marquez for pole position. Spargaro's gone down, and that's a big one. And that's going to bring out the yellow flags. Could this be a crash for a Repsol Honda, denying Marc Marquez, a Repsol Honda man, pole position here in Portimao? He had a massive crash in FP4 last November, did Pol Espargaro, at turn number 15. Yellow flags out in sectors 1 and 4. Now, is this going to cost Marc Marquez pole position?
Yes, the flags are still out, and he's going through there.
Wow. Can you believe it then? Marc Marquez, his heart will now sink if he's seen it. Of course, he's leaning over to the right-hand side. Will he have seen Pol Espargaro and the yellow flags? Because Marc Marquez comes over the line now. Quartararo was briefly on pole. A 1:42.295 puts Marc Marquez on pole position. But surely that lap's going for the yellow flags. I think likewise, Quartararo's best time of the session, a 1:42.370. Can you believe it? It looks like it's a crash from a Repsol Honda rider, which will cost Marc Marquez pole position.
He's pleased with his job.
Joan Mir, yeah, it's gone. Of course it was going to go. We can see the yellow flags are still clearly out, so Marc Marquez has been dumped all the way back. He thought he was pole, he's 8th, and this is still not game over in terms of battle for pole position, because here comes Joan Mir. There's confirmation of the FIA MotoGP stewards. The lap time cancelled for rider 93. Marc Marquez denied. Can you believe it, by his teammate Pol Espargaro's late crash? This is not over. Look at this. Joan Mir, Aleix Espargaro and Johan Zarco trying to deny Jack Miller just his second pole position of his MotoGP career. Mir attacks hard now, throws that Suzuki onto its right-hand side. Knee down, elbow down through turn number 15. Here comes Mir. Is he taking a surprise pole position here in Portimao? At the moment he does. A 1:42.198. Great job by the Suzuki star. Can he hold on then to his first pole position in MotoGP? It's all down to this man, Aleix Espargaro, and possibly the Frenchman, Johan Zarco. Aleix Espargaro goes into second place. Now it's all on Zarco, who does take it. What a session, what a lap, what a pole position by Johan Zarco, a 1:42.003. Zarco blitzes it by nearly 0.2 of a second. Mir takes a stunning second. Aleix Espargaro back on the front row. Poor old Jack Miller, with about 20 seconds of that session remaining, was on pole. He drops to 4th, Quartararo 5th. Marco Bezzecchi completes the second row in 6th place. Marc Marquez, for a time there, thought he got pole position, maybe thought he was on the front row. He's been pushed now back down to 9th, which is where he started the Grand Prix in Austin.
I do feel you don't often have to feel sorry for Marc, but I do today. Like that, it's a shame. He did everything right, and he should be really on at least the front 2 rows.